The nature of companies.
The vast majority of companies in the United States employ fewer than 100 people. Small businesses create 75% of the new jobs in our economy and make up more than 97.7% of all employers. Contrary to the myths that companies are run with great business acumen, that's not always the case. Most of the companies in the United States are run like the people who own them or manage them. They focus on what they do as a business, rather than who does it. They think that if they do what they do well enough, they will have a model business. In general, though, they can be unfocused, disorganized, and ambitious beyond their abilities. Many do not have any real system or set of procedures for doing business and operate with a seat-of-the-pants mentality. When a recession comes along and globalized competition becomes a reality, things become even more complicated. Competition affects every company, and it has become more and more intense. Businesses come and go more than they ever have, and they expand and contract and move faster than any time in history. This erraticism affects the hiring process. If you are interviewing for a job with a firm 10 years old or less, here are its chances of survival. First year, 85%; second, 70%. Third, 62%; fourth, 55%; fifth, 50%; sixth, 47%; seventh, 44%; eighth, 41%; ninth, 38%; 10th, 35%. The Department of Labor estimates that 3,000 businesses start each day, 2,500 fail each day, and 2,000 change their addresses each day. Erratic or what? Even if a company has survived beyond its startup phase, fears of recession often still linger. Today's economy might be rebounding, but business is as difficult as it ever was. Globalization has led to worldwide competition. Technology has made it necessary for companies to expand and contract more rapidly than ever before. Consolidation often leads to layoffs for redundant positions. All of these factors affect not just you, but the hiring authority and how a prospective firm views you and your potential as an employee. Contraction and expansion of U.S. businesses is a lot more erratic than it has ever been. Simply looking at the number of job changes employees of today make would lead one to believe that if employees are changing jobs every 2.5 to 3 years, the companies they are working for are expanding and contracting in the same way. For example, globalization has dramatically affected the manufacturing sector. Longitudinal studies of building and closing of manufacturing plants have probably the longest history of analysis than any other U.S. industry. The conclusion of a study by Andrew B. Barnard and J. Bradford Jensen, published in May 2007, concludes that ownership by a multinational firm significantly increases the shutdown probability of manufacturing plants. These studies also prove that new ownerships were significantly likely to close more plants. Multi-unit, multinational firms have greater flexibility in adjusting to changing market conditions by opening and closing plants often. Technology has affected most service industries and professions. Competition for most businesses doesn't come from just down the street anymore, it comes from all over the world, especially as technology booms outside the United States. Technology comes to my home or place of business from anywhere in the world. The automation of the supply chain has revolutionized manufacturing and assembly. Rarely is anything manufactured by a self-contained organization. Subcontractors, or outsourcers, are the predominant makers of most parts of the manufactured goods we buy, and these goods often are assembled or even distributed by someone other than the firm or company we actually think we're buying from. Technology has allowed service subcontractors and outsourcers to be more efficient. Your bank or insurance company, for example, may have dozens of independent service firms providing them services and information that may be transparent to you. Customer service, payroll, accounting, benefit administration, portfolio management, and a host of other services are efficiently contracted out to independent organizations on the part of the company you think you're doing business with. For instance, as of this writing, the Heinz Company has 34 different subcontractors for the manufacture of plastic tops for its ketchup bottles. These subcontractors and outsourcers will be constantly competing for other business with technology, innovation, and dependability. The people who work for these contractors will be constantly competing with technology, innovation, and dependability. These firms will be hired and fired on a moment's notice if they don't produce results. And so will the individuals who work for them. The nature of subcontractors or outsourcers to any business is that they can be replaced by other subcontractors relatively easily. So, if your insurance company or credit card company can get better customer service in Bangalore, India, than they can in Bangor, Maine, they move customer service. If that program doesn't work very well, then they fire the firm in India and move customer service to somewhere else, maybe back to the United States.